Hello and welcome to Sports 360. I'm your host, Ahmed Ahmad. Viewers, in the third and final T20 International of the three-match series at Harare, Sri Lanka beat Zimbabwe by 8 wickets and clinching the three-match series 2-1. Yes, winning the toss, Zimbabwe batted first and scored 191 for the loss of 8 wickets. And in reply, Sri Lanka achieved the target for the loss of 2 wickets in 17.4 overs with 8 wickets in hand and 14 balls, which is 2.2 overs still remaining as they won the match by 8 wickets and clinching the series 2-1. After being put into bat first, Zimbabwe lost their first wicket in the third over at 26. Brian Bennett was the first man to go, scoring 13 of 8 balls, hitting two fours, caught by Pereira off the bowling of Chamira. The second wicket fell at 65. Sean Williams was the second man to go, scoring 23 of 11 balls, hitting five fours, and he was caught by Pathirana off the bowling of Himanta. His strike rate was 209. The third wicket at 121 from 65 for 2 to 121, and the third man to go was Sikandar Raza, the captain, scoring 28 of 18 balls, hitting three fours and one six with strike rate of 155. He was caught by Pereira off the bowling of Hemanta. The fourth at 134, Tadiwanchi Marumani was the fourth man to go, and he could only score 51 runs. Yes, the only batsman for Zimbabwe to reach half century, and he made 51 of 44 balls, hitting six fours and one six with a strike rate of 116. He was stumped by Mendes of the bowling of Himanta. The fifth wicket fell at 161 in the 80th over. Tashinga Musekiwa was the fifth man to go, scoring 18 of 11 balls, hitting 1-6, leg before by Fernando, while the sixth wicket at 165, Ryan Bull was the sixth man to go, scoring 26 of 15 balls, hitting 1-4 and two sixes, and he was clean bowled by Chamira. The seventh wicket at 185, Brad Evans could only score 2 runs, while the eighth wicket at 187, Tinutenda Maposa was out, scoring 1 run, and he was run out. In the end, Tony Moyonga remained unbeaten on 13, and Richard Nagarwa with 4 remained unbeaten. And Zimbabwe made 191 for the loss of 8 wickets in their stipulated 20 overs. They scored their runs at 9.55 runs per over. Looking at the Sri Lankan bowling attack, Mathisha Pathirana, 4 overs, 40 runs and 1 wicket. Benura Fernando, 4 overs, 48 runs and 1 wicket. He was very expensive. He conceded 12 runs per over. And then Dushmanta Chamira, 4 overs, 33 runs and 2 wicket. Charit Asalanka, 3 overs, 19 runs and no wicket. And Dushan Himanta, 4 overs, 38 runs and 3 wicket. While Dasun Chanaka also bowled 1 over and he gave away 9 runs without taking a wicket. In reply, Sri Lanka chasing a target of 192 to clinch the series, achieved the target for the loss of just 2 wickets in 17.4 overs. Yes, their start was brilliant as the opener put on 58 runs in just 5.1 overs, but they lost their first wicket at 58 in the sixth over, and the first man to go was Kushal Mendes, scoring 30 of 17 balls, hitting three fours and one six with a strike rate of 176. He was caught by Sikandar Raza of the bowling of Brad Evans. The second wicket fell at 76, and Pathur Nisanka was the second man to go in the eighth over, scoring 33 of 20 balls, hitting four fours and one six with a strike rate of 165. He was clean bowled by Sikandar Raza. And then Kamil Mishra scoring 73 and Kushal Pereira 46, enabling Sri Lanka to reach the target for the loss of 2 wickets in 17.4 overs. Kamil Mishra, 73 of 43 balls, hitting six fours and three sixes with a strike rate of 106.70, and Kushal Pereira, 46 of just 26 balls, hitting four fours and two sixes with a strike rate of 177. Looking at the Zimbabwe's bowler, and Richard Nagarwa, 3.4 overs, 42 runs and no wicket. Blazing Muzarabani, 3 overs, 43 runs and no wicket, 14.33 is his economy, very expensive bowling. And Brad Evans, 3 overs, 28 runs and 1 wicket. Tino Tenda Maposa, 2 overs 26 runs. He was also very expensive, conceded 13 runs per over. Sikandar Raza 4 overs 29 runs and 1 wicket. Sean Williams 1 over 10 runs and no wicket, and Brian Bennett 1 over 13 runs and no wicket. And the comparison of the two innings, how the inning progressed, how the team built their total in the first power play. In the first 6 overs, Zimbabwe were 58 for 1, and in comparison, Sri Lanka was 67 for 1. 9 runs ahead, Sri Lanka in the first power play. In the middle part of the over, from over number 7 to 15, Zimbabwe made 95 runs for the loss of 3 wickets, and in comparison, Sri Lanka made 103 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Yes, they were 8 runs ahead and lost two lesser wicket as compared to Zimbabwe, who lost 3 wicket in that period of time. 95 they scored and lost 3 wicket, as compared to Sri Lanka, who scored 103 and lost just 1 wicket. But in the final 5 overs, Zimbabwe made 38 runs for the 4 wicket. And as we all know, the Sri Lankan achieved the target in the 18th over and they scored 23 runs. Looking at the number of boundaries, 5 sixes were hit by Zimbabwe and 7 by Sri Lanka. 24s were hit by Zimbabwe and 17 by Sri Lanka. Run in boundaries identical. Both the teams scored 110 runs in boundaries. And the dot balls, Zimbabwe played 33% dot balls as compared to Sri Lanka's 20%, and runs in extras also identical. 12 runs conceded by Sri Lanka in extras and 11 by Zimbabwe in extras. And now the partnership, how the innings was built. The main partnership for Zimbabwe was the third wicket, 56 of 36, which means they scored 56 in 6 overs between Sikandar Raza and Marumani. Sikandar Raza 28 of 18 and Marumani 22 of 18. Nothing much to discuss, as the second wicket between Sean Williams and Marumani also put on 39 of 26. Sean Williams 23 and Marumani 15 runs. But the Sri Lankan innings, yes, the opening wicket partnership, 58 of just 32 balls. Mendes 30 of 17 and Nisanka 28 of 15. That was the platform, the brisk start which mattered in T20 cricket, where the batsmen maximize the advantage of power play when only two fielders were allowed outside 30-yard circle. The second wicket, Pathan Sanka and Mishra added 18 of 11 balls, but the third wicket, unbroken match-winning partnership between Pereira and Mishra, 117 runs of just 63 balls, which means 10.3 overs, and they both put on 117 and went on to win the match for Sri Lanka by 8 wickets. Pereira made 46 of 26 and Mishra 61 of 37 balls in that partnership, and Sri Lanka winning the match by 8 wickets. Anyways, Sri Lanka are the defending champion of the Asia Cup cricket tournament. And remember, they lost a match against Zimbabwe in this 3 match series. Wishing all the team best of luck for the Asia Cup as well. We come to the end of our show. Till the next program, it's goodbye from Sports 360.